Hey guys, I just wanted to throw you guys that have expressed an interest as an instructor a quick video. Just trying to give you a bit of an outline, no pressure, no expectations, but just I want to paint the picture for you as instructors. Over the years, I've been very fortunate to have had a very diverse source of information and knowledge. I've had many instructors, many mentors, spent a lot of time traveling, training with people, healed a lot of well-established people. And the thing that it's taught me is there's so much more information out there. And, as instructors, whilst I was in the TAGB, the fortune of Brian kept me evolving, kept me developing because, he and I would just bounce off ideas constantly. When he went, I just realized I was in Groundhog Day. And I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it just became very obvious that where I was stuck in this rinse and repeat. There wasn't inspiration provided, there wasn't guidance, there wasn't mentorship. There was, this is what you're going to do and this is the way you're going to do it. I just realized that I get so much more out of it outside of that network than I do inside it. So TDA for me is about that. I feel it's important for us as instructors. We must keep current. We must be active. If we're not active, if we're not learning, we are stagnant. If we're stagnant, students become stagnant. If we just continue doing what we do every day, we don't really get to improve our students. We're just sharing with them. We've always done. And I wanted that to be different. Is TDA replacing something? No, it's not. It's going to be a Taekwondo association that you will all be very familiar with. The format will all be very familiar. The structure will all be very familiar. But there will be some exceptions. There will be an ongoing study learning path for instructors, for black belts. And I'm not talking about just a rinse and repeat what we already do, but I'm talking about ongoing learning. It's important for me that we're always learning. I asked a question the other day to somebody about the knife hand and why the three fingers are level, and they didn't know the answer. And it's those kind of questions that we should all know the answer, and not just one answer, but multiple answers, and not just multiple answers, but the reasons behind every single answer we want to give. That's what makes us teachers. The progression from instructor to teacher is exactly that, and TDA is going to be about that. The other addition that I would like to think that TDA is going to offer you, the instructor, is far more detail in what we do, in the patterns. I've been fortunate, as most of you know, that I've had Willie Lim as a mentor for many, many years, and he's provided an opportunity for me to pick up his baton in his illness. And the knowledge that I've gained from him is tenfold than what I've gained from simple study. So TDA will be offering you a lot of that information behind what we see as our simple Taekwondo. There's a term you'll hear me use a lot, which is about flow and about the applications of techniques that we do and how they can flow to one another. You're going to learn a lot about that, and that will enhance what you already do. It's not to replace what you do, and this is the important thing. This is nothing we're going to offer is going to, well, actually that's not true. There is a replacement, but I'll come on to that in a little while. 3-step, I'm getting rid of it. I can't stand it. Anyway, I'll come back to that in a bit. For the most part, it's not going to replace anything you do. It's just going to enhance what you do. So that's where I want TDA to go. It's also very important to me to not forget the roots. The Taekwondo roots that we have, Chung Hyung form, the General Choi's ITF, they are where we come from, and it's important for me to not forget that. So again, it's not something I'm not going to be turning this thing upside down. It'll be acknowledging those old school roots, but reinforcing a lot more of the older ways as well. Our development is the big one for me. We as instructors, we have to stay ahead of the curve. We've got to be the point of the sword. We've got to make sure that if we keep enthusiastic, our students will keep enthusiastic, our black belts will keep enthusiastic. I can't begin to think about how many people I've lost over the years because I'm following this Groundhog Day repetition. I have alternative classes just to provide some information for people that want that bit more, and not just rinse and repeat the syllabus, go through the belts, do some sparring, do a competition, referee. You know, there's so much more. I just feel I need to be making sure you guys are pushing yourselves, you guys are developing, you guys are improving all the time, whatever it is, whether you're into your competitions, whether you're into your self-defense, whether you're into your history and your traditional art. You need to be put under pressure. You need to be made accountable. I need to be made accountable. I've just had a weekend here in the US being made accountable, being tested, being checked, being taught. If we don't do that, we just get stuck in our ways. It's not a good place to be. So there's a bunch of things going on there. How do you get involved? You're already involved to some degree because you're listening to this. I don't want anybody to feel pressured. I don't want any expectations. You can stay doing exactly what you are and get involved. It's not about being on one side of the fence or the other. Something I mentioned earlier on, I've learned over the years that, you know, people say, well, grass is never greener on the other side. And I say to them, you don't know until you go through the fence. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to slip through that fence over the last 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Right? Okay. So I've had that fortune to be able to go, well, actually, I can have the best of both worlds. Many of you haven't had that. I want to be able to provide that, subject to whether you'll be allowed to experience it. Getting involved, you're involved to some degree. At some point, you may decide, I want to commit, I want to become a full member. Those conversations will take place at the right time. Mindful that some of you have got your grading coming up, or you've got students doing black belts. It's not a great time for you to be causing too much disruption. I totally understand that, no problem at all. Anytime you want to get involved, anytime you want to know some more information, join us. We do have this founders window. I will just mention it. As of the 1st of April, today, if you get this, or tomorrow, it's when we launch. We're actively accepting members, and that will last through to the end of June. Those of you that join within that will get the opportunity to become part of the Founders Group. You'll be the ones that'll be looking to help contribute to how this grows over the next couple of years. We're going to have a couple of years worth of kind of just finding our feet, and then we're going to sit down, we're going to have a review, and then we'll look at what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. You guys will be part of that pot. You guys will be part of that contribution. Those of you coming on board, it doesn't mean that you come on board late, you miss out on opportunities, because you can still establish yourself as a group leader, as an area coordinator, as a regional examiner, as a national examiner, as a course director. There's loads of things that we're putting together that you guys can still be involved with. But for those of you that want to become part of the group, the direction of this, the founders window will end at the end of June. So I just briefly mentioned about the opportunities. TDA, as I said earlier, is a not-for-profit. We're not interested in funding at high level. It is an association. It does need funding. The association needs funding, but you know, that fund will establish the running of the association, and the umbrella effect of any profits will then come back down to instructors, and that will be instructors, group leaders, area coordinators, examiners, course directors. There is funding. We intend that funding to be shared amongst those that are all able, capable of stepping up to the plate and offering more. So regional examiners, national examiners, they are courses that will be provided. We want to try and keep, as I said earlier, the house style. So it's important we all sing off the same hymn sheet. But what I don't want is there I was, let's go back 6 months, there I was 6 months, 40 plus years of experience, wearing 8 stripes on my belt in an association where I couldn't be a grading examiner, where I couldn't be a course director, where I couldn't be given the freedom to teach what I've learned, and mostly outside of that framework, I have to say. So TDA is just not going to be that. You know, if you've got a skill set, you step up to the plate, you show it. It's important for us, TDA, that we continue to evolve, we continue to develop. If you're not developing, the association is not developing. You know, the association, has it developed in the last 20 years? Questionable. You know, the association grew very quickly and was exciting. It was enthusiastic. There was lots going on. What's it done in the last 20 years? I don't want TDA to be that. It will need you guys and the guys under you and the guys under them to continue pushing, developing, improving. So I got off track again. I do that all the time. Okay, so we applied for the BTC. No surprises there. They're keeping us away. You know, you got to understand that really. It makes sense. I understand why. So I didn't take it personally. So then we started looking, well, okay, what are our options? There are a number of governing bodies out there that we could sit under. And the main one was the BAMAMBA, which is a governing body. And with that, there is the TCUK, which is kind of the broker for Taekwondo. And we looked at it, and I hummed and hawed, and we went through it upside down, inside out. And when you started comparing them, you started realizing that actually there's a lot they offer. So we are with TCUK as the broker and the BAMAMBA as a governing body. Courses with them, structure with them, everything safeguarding is all very, very well established, very, very in place, and is arguably better structured. Conversation for a different time. So governance and everything is well in place. The pricing that you are used to, there will be a couple of slight increases. As an example, gradings, color belt gradings. We want the instructors to benefit more. So there is a £5 increase on the grading. And we've put an increase on that because we want to offer a better grading experience. So as examiners, we're going to offer a better grading experiences. We can give you instructors a better platform for you to present better quality examination. The increase comes back to you. We don't, the structure is exactly the same as you're used to. For those of you that are in TAGB, those of you that are not, you've already received your pack, so that the explanation is in there. And you guys with the TAGB, I'll get that over to you, but it's pretty much the same. So those prices are the same. So I'll get those prices out to you guys very soon. Any increase is coming back to you. The structure is the same as an association, with the exception that the funds that go up the association, they come off the top and they feed back down. You've got reward schemes for boosting your club, a certain amount of members that year, or you've had a certain amount of people engaged in events or activities, or if you're a group instructor, your group itself has grown. Group instructors then get rewarded because ultimately they're the ones that are supporting. Group instructors, area coordinators, whilst they may not necessarily be single-minded, they won't be single-minded. They're not going to have that role if they are single-minded. They'll have that role if they want to look at the bigger picture. They want to look at helping you as your group leader and area coordinator. So we want a system that helps support them in supporting you. A system that helps you if you've developed, you need a pat on the back. There are two people we've considered this. There are two kinds of people. There are those very commercially driven. They are interested in how many students they can get at the next grading, how many white belts they're going to have started, how many they're going to have at the end of the year, how many they're going to have entering tournaments. They're very focused with that. Those people need reward. They're growing. They will help grow the association. They are the backbone of their association, not the people at the top. So there needs to be a reward for them. The reward shouldn't be given at the top. It should be given to those that are doing the work. Then you get another group of people, the volunteers, the people that love being involved in the gradings and helping out and safeguarding, and welfare officers and umpires and officials, and there's so many people that do that and they love doing it. They also need some kind of reward. So we want to make sure that overflow at the top covers the cost of running the not-for-profit association and then gets set back to those two groups of people. Licenses are the same, gradings, as I say, have gone up a little bit, but that comes back to you. Other than that, it's pretty much the same for most of you that are within the TAGB. There will be, off of the back of this, you are going to need to jump onto a Zoom. It'll be a public Zoom. So at this stage, you guys, there's no commitment. You can sit in the background. You're not exposing who you are or what you are. You are just interested. The next meeting, which will take place in the next couple of weeks, will be for those that have said, I think this is the route for me to go. That's where we'll jump on a Q&A chat. We can really get down to the fine tune of everything. But that's the one that you're going to need to obviously, express a serious interest for. Well, that's where we're at. That's what I can offer you here and now, right now. The pricing structure will come out to each and every one of you. I know some of you that are non-TAGB have already had that. The TAGB guys haven't had that yet. So you will get that very soon. After you've got that, there will be an invite to an instructors meeting. It will be a Zoom meeting. It will happen probably before the 25th of April. If you haven't already seen that we're doing a Black Belt camp on the 25th of April, if you're really interested in looking at what we're going to offer, I really urge you to find that day free. Make yourself available. Get up to Grantham. There will be lots that you'll learn, but you'll also get to see where we're going. If you're not really sure, that would be a place to come. For those of you that just want to come and learn, you can come and learn. You just want to go, hey, I'm happy where I am, but can I join in? Absolutely. Sure you can. But for those of you that are kind of unsure what you want to do, where your future is, I really encourage you to get to that one, because you will get a very clear vision as to what we're doing. If you've got any questions, detailed questions, PM me personally, privately. It's not a problem. I'll get back to you as best I can. Next week you'll have an instructor's pack. Probably the week after that will be a Zoom meeting, and then we'll have the Black Belt camp, and we're good to go. We're excited as to where we're going to go with this. So if you want a bit of excitement, you want to jump on board, come and join us on the 25th of April. Okay guys, thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.